Hey everyone, and welcome back to a live stream that we have yet to do since May of this year. And today, or this weekend, is San Diego Comic-Con 2017. So Joe and I, for the title of the video, have decided to discuss some of the that we were real interested in, including Once Upon a Time, The Walking Dead, Supergirl, Arrow, Gotham, etc. All those fantasy type things. So anyway, welcome back, Joe.
Well, gee, thank you. Yeah, we figured this would be something fun to do, and with once having its off season, Walking Dead having basically all these shows we're about to talk about are in their off season. So
yeah, every show's in off season, and all of back till October, which is
yeah. So we don't really get to do the live streams as frequently as we do during the year. So it's going to be fun talking about not only one show in this live stream, but a bunch of them in what has been a pretty interesting Comic-Con, a fun Comic-Con, but really you have to kind of search for some of these bits of news, which is funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Funny, yeah. So what do you want to start with, Joe?
Well, I guess we start off something that both of us watch. We'll probably get to once later on because that one we're going to have a lot to say about, right?
Discuss?
Yeah. We're going to have a lot for that. So I would think, I guess maybe first, did you see The Walking Dead?
Of course I saw The Walking Dead. I thought it was real interesting. And awesome. It was a 4-minute trailer. It was the longest trailer I've seen so far.
That was, based on the trailer, that was one of the best Walking Dead trailers I think they've ever had. They really seem to indicate that this season is going to be action-packed. And I was telling you, it seems like that they're really packing this entire all-out war between Negan and Rick into this half of the season. Because did you see that ending to the trailer with Rick in bed?
Yeah, and he's like let's go with 50 or 60 years old. Or he just aged up with a beard. Like a long time has passed.
Yeah, in the comics, there's that time jump, which I believe it's only a couple of years in the comics, but in the show, they make him look way older. And they have the cane, which for comic readers will know that's from the fight with Negan. Negan breaks his leg, and he has to walk with the cane. So, wow, right? I mean, that seems to indicate that the war is over.
Is over, right?
Yeah. Is that going to be the mid-season finale? Or is that the season finale, which they probably didn't even film yet, right? So you would think that's the mid-season finale, which means we're getting this entire war in a half a season?
Yeah, that was my guess too, because there's no way they've done the final 8. My guess is they've done 5 so far. So the trailer had to only have been from those episodes.
Right. I mean, they could have filmed that because I doubt that they skip. I doubt that they end episode like 5 with that. Like, I feel like that's a mid-season finale kind of ending. Mid-season finale or season finale. I feel like it's not like an episode 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, if that was episode 3, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. So I feel like that's definitely the finale to episode 8. And it's either the beginning scene or the ending scene. I think that would be better if it's the ending scene to kind of leave people kind of, I guess, speculating on what's to come when it returns in the spring. But wow, what a shot of Rick. And you see that shot and it sets in like we're far into it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I really liked about the trailer is it's cut real well. The camera angles are great. The audio, the music and whatnot is superb. Maggie's narration towards the end of it was great, and then, as you said, the shot of the cane and then him getting older was really cool. Also, Negan talking to Gabriel in the beginning about I think he said your poop pants, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was very tense. It was very tense, and as someone who doesn't love The Walking Dead but likes it, I really did love the trailer. AMC knows how to market their properties, though, so I give them major credit.
I mean, they could always just be trolling us and be like, that's a fantasy or something in the show, like Rick dreams that he's older or something. But the cane, I think, was a little bit too much of a giveaway. I feel like that's definitely the ending of the war. And that's something to really be excited for this half of the season. Because if that's the case, they're packing a lot of material into 8 episodes. So
Yes.
not only is that going to be a fun ride for those 8 episodes, but we know where it's going and how, we're just assuming here, but how episode 8 will end, which is that shot, which is, I can't wait to see this season play out after that trailer, really, especially because of that end game in mind with that shot. I want to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that trailer, it's super in depth, and it's a lot to come out of it. I remember the 7 trailer from last year was also really good as well. So I really did enjoy. Like I said, they don't have the properties because they gave you new stuff, but they also start shooting, I think, right after they're done. The previous season, they go right back into production to get stuff for this stuff because they're appeasing to their fans.
Right.
So it was a great trailer. I liked Maggie in this trailer. I love how she also referenced season 2 about saying, I've been fighting since Farm.
Yep.
And it was a really that was a powerful line for me. So that's probably one of the best trailers I've seen so far for Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Arrow trailer yet, though. I didn't lead a discussion on the Arrow trailer, but out of all the trailers, that's probably my favorite.
For The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I would say The Walking Dead because it's so impactful, it's so long. It needs to kind of be the favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite trailer from Comic-Con this year, thus far.
So, we love The Walking Dead trailer. Like I said, as someone who doesn't love The Walking Dead, I think it was I think it was the best one.
Absolutely.
So, for the next one, why do we cover something we probably both don't like?
You broke out. What was that?
Trailer.
Still can't hear you.
You hated it?
No, I still can hear you.
Legal?
Every time you go to say the word, you break out. Technical difficulty. Okay, Justice League. Yeah, I don't know, more of the same. I mean, I said the same thing with Batman vs Superman. It just lacks excitement. There's all kind of explosions going on and everything, and okay, but it lacks something. It lacks that excitement factor that Batman vs Superman liked, that Batman vs Superman lacked, that these movies have just been lacking. They're lacking excitement. They're lacking what really is going to pull you into going to see that movie. So still, this just kind of did really nothing for me. I'll see the movie, but I mean, this trailer didn't really do much for me.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Awesome. Someone likes the DC characters more than the Marvel characters, but DC movies to the Marvel movies, this trailer sucked. I hated it. It's goofy. And
yeah,
the characters just looked awful. I think Steppenwolf is the villain somehow, which I don't get how it works, and I just didn't like it. I love these characters more than I love Marvel characters.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah, me too. I love DC characters. I want to see them in a good movie. It's just not happening. And I'm not saying that this isn't going to be a good movie, but based on the trailer, is not, I don't think, a good trailer. Like, it's just not. It's not exciting. It's blah. You know what I mean?
Blah. It's hilarious because we disagreed on the Batman vs Superman trailer. The second one, years ago with that Comic-Con, I liked that trailer. I liked the Doomsday reveal. It was cool. Trailer I like. This trailer. I hate it. It's depressing because the Just Television show, best show, next on Justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's that's our thoughts on the League trailer. And now want to do the next big movie because the rest of it is all TV. But we can kind of team it up. We can do the Thor trailer.
Thor. Yeah. What was your take on Thor?
I loved it. I mean, it seemed like it kind of gave a lot away. We talked about that prior to the chat happening, but I really did enjoy it. Kate Blanchett's playing Hela, but she looked great. I love Bruce Banner and her team up. I don't do an individual Marvel movie anymore though, because there's so many that it always has to be a group.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Hemsworth, he's funny. He was probably the best thing about Ghostbusters. I know everyone pretty much Ghostbusters, but he was really good at that, and he was hilarious. So I think they're playing up his humor. Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best Thor. There's a lot of magic in it. I like that. I think Kate Blanchett looks awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Jeff Goldberg is in it as well as one of the guys, and I think that's hilarious. So overall,
yeah. I agree. I loved it. Definitely think it showed too much. I feel like I don't have to see Thor Ragnarok, and I could tell you what happens in Thor Ragnarok. That's that's too much. But it was.
Oh, we can probably head up. Hela comes back. She gets rid of Thor. She tries to take over. Thor teams up with the Hulk. They fight for a few minutes. They come back. And
the team of 4, which includes the nefarious Loki. So it's just the trailer gave away too much, I think. But it was still very cool. The movie looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like you said, it looked funny. Was Kate Blanchett? Hela looks like a kind of a Maleficent of superhero movies, kind of.
Yeah, she's playing the goddess of death, so it's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, that movie, which is good because I enjoyed the first 2 Thor movies, but I feel like universally they really haven't been accepted that well. So I'm really hoping this is the one that kind of does it for Thor and really gets people on board.
I think people really like Thor, but his movies just aren't as good as they should be.
Yeah, I enjoyed the second one a lot more than I enjoyed the first one, and I enjoyed the first one. So.
Me too. Now, since we're on superheroes, let's go into DC shows. Let's do each one we've seen for trailers and do the one we've seen together at the end.
Okay.
Arrow.
All right, so Arrow. They did the trailer. The trailer for this, I'm gonna say the exact opposite of what I just said. Thor Ragnarok showed too much. This didn't show a lot, and the trailer was actually very good. The trailer was great because it was very well made because of how season 5 ended. A lot of characters' fates are up in the air, and they did their best not to focus on those characters, to leave a lot of intrigue still in the air. They focused on characters that you kind of expect or know are safe in terms of making it out of season 5 okay. So really the trailer itself is very well made and very intriguing. This emphasis on Slade, can you trust him? It seems like he's going to be a big part of season 6. And him in season 2, I think, is a lot of people's favorite season. So to have this emphasis on Slade again, I think is going to be a very interesting idea, a very fun thing to see play out, because we saw him work together with Ollie in 5, but can he be trusted? And I think that's going to be a huge question going into the season, and that's really what this trailer kind of drove home a little bit. And we see a few new villains, it looks like, coming. Really an emphasis on Ollie and Black Canary, because those you can kind of expect are safe out of the last season, and a lot on Ollie's son, which I think they said the theme of this next season will be family, if I'm remembering correctly. So that made a lot of sense. It really drove home the theme. So really a good trailer. I mean, not a lot of it was new footage, but there was enough new footage to get you excited and not to reveal too much. So I really think it was a well-made trailer.
And that's what a trailer's supposed to do.
Right.
So it did a
Absolutely.
great job. It sounds like it did a great job. All right, I watched the Supergirl trailer. Supergirl is one of my favorite shows out there. I thought it was a great trailer. But he's so mad. She's like, I'm done being Kara Danvers. It was all new footage, which I loved. And she flat out said Kara Danvers was a mistake. She's not a person. Make that sacrifice to get rid of the Semites. And it looks like it's going to be a really intense season. I like the little bit of footage that we saw. I like the narration. I was really into it. It's so interesting because she's normally never upset about things, and to see her like really in a bad mood is very interesting to me because I want to see most Benoist play this new side of Super. And that's really just because she's pissed season,
Right.
so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yes. And that's it. So, Flash now.
Flash, I think another one, the trailer was well made. I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting Barry to be back, and they kind of show you how, but they don't actually show him coming back. You know what I mean? They show that build to it, but they don't actually give you the punchline. So after seeing that trailer, I'm like, wow, I want to see him back. You know, and that was, I think the trailer established what was intending to do. And I think it was smart to really focus the trailer on Iris and really kind of sell that fact that Barry's not here, and to show Vibe and Wally taking on villains and everything, and them trying to cope with Barry being gone and kind of make that adjustment. I think just another well-made trailer that really did accomplish what it was setting out to do.
I agree. I loved how it focused on Iris, who isn't like really like my favorite character, but I have no issue with Iris as a character. So I love that. I loved seeing all of Caitlin in this trailer as well. She looked pretty badass. I'm glad she's there as. And I think the DC television shows cut their trailers the best of Walking Dead because you get enough footage to be really, really curious. They had it cut really well, and you know exactly where it's going. You don't know where it's going to go. And if you've seen any of these, you're very much intrigued to watch them.
Yeah, I have one question though after that episode, and unfortunately, I think we're both going to be disappointed here. Did you see Tom Felton? I didn't see him.
He wasn't in the trailer. No, he might not be coming back.
That is very disappointing.
That is very disappointing.
I enjoyed him very much on the show.
I loved him in the show. I also have to say, I wonder how long they'll keep Barry out of the Flash. Like Grant Gustin's the main character, so how long can he not be there?
Yeah, and was there any Wells in the trailer too? What?
You said, was there what? I didn't hear you.
Any Wells?
I didn't see it. Him.
No, yeah, I didn't see any Harry Wells. I mean, the season ended with what appeared to be Harry staying behind for a little bit, but I didn't see any Wells. No Tom Felton.
Yeah, no, I didn't see him, but well, there'll definitely be a Tom Cavanaugh at some point as well. And by the way, thank you all for tuning in and chatting. We guys discussing Once Upon a Time. KW just discussed the Wreck-It Ralph 2 teaser. That was from D23. We're just going to focus on Comic-Con. And Angels Harris, did you see Marvel Infinity War trailer? There wasn't a trailer for Infinity Wars, to my knowledge, so there was a trailer for Marvel. And I appreciate you guys. We'll get to Once Upon a Time. We'll end the chat with Once Upon a Time. We only have like one or two more things to discuss before the. We're just covering the basics.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Gotham trailer, and I also am a little behind on Gotham, but go for it. I don't mind the spoilers, so I won't watch it till October.
That Gotham trailer was, again, not too much new things, but very, very intriguing. I mean, this season's going to be a lot of fun. And they just had the announcement of Professor Pig being in the season, which I think is going to be one of the more interesting villains they've done so far. There was a character who appeared to be another proto Joker, I guess, unless it was still Jerome. I didn't get that good of a look, but it looked like it was just a new proto Joker. So definitely very interesting. I can't wait for Gotham. I think Gotham season 3 finale was so good that I think it really picked the show up, and I think there's kind of higher kind of expectations for season 4 because of how strong that season 3 finale was. So I think there's a lot of interesting stuff to come in the season, but there's just not that much from the trailer, but enough just to be happy, be excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing Butch as Solomon Grundy, Barbara, who I'm assuming will be Harley Quinn, although in this trailer she didn't really look like it. And I'm looking to see with Penguin and Riddler where that goes. It seems that Penguin has won, but at Comic-Con they were doing a panel and Riddler said, "Out of the ice and into the fire." So we'll have to see what that teaser means. So we know that Riddler's literally in ice in the Iceberg Lounge, so we'll have to see.
That's pretty cool. It seems like there's a lot of things to be happening from that trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. I am looking forward to seeing it because you said Harley Quinn is coming, and I'm curious to see Gotham's portrayal of Harley Quinn.
Assuming Harley Quinn is coming, because Barbara was electrocuted, which is kind of the gimmick with Harley Quinn.
Okay. Would you say that the DC trailers are probably the best for television shows?
It's tough because I think Walking Dead's stole the show. Besides Walking Dead, yes, I do believe that DC's trailers did steal the show. DC's just killing it with their TV shows right now. Just make your TV shows into the movies. Boom.
I've said that. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, even
would have worked.
The Justice League trailer, Ezra Miller's Flash, it's got nothing on Grant Gustin.
He's not Grant.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah, so the DC shows are killing it right now.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. I've always liked them over the movies.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss? Because we talked about, I think, 5 trailers so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few that really don't really warrant that much discussion. Legends of Tomorrow doesn't really warrant much. The Defenders,
I like that. I like that trailer.
I liked it, but I feel like there's not much to talk about it. They're a team now. That's what the trailer.
Yeah, their team.
Yeah. So it looks interesting. I'm curious to see how they're gonna mesh all those different kind of themes, because there's definitely a different tone to each of the shows. It had its own feel. So I feel like Daredevil, Jessica Jones would kind of be a compatible kind of mix. But when you throw in Luke Cage and Iron Fist 2, it's gonna be interesting to see how they mix all those different tones.
Yeah, I agree. I find it hilarious that like Manhattan or New York is always like a focal point of the event and whatnot. Or well, I know that the Marvel Nights all take place there. That the Avengers that was in New York, the first one, and now the Defenders are having to as well.
Yep, they have to defend New York.
But they have to defend it after it was avenged.
Right.
So that was I think that was it for everything else. So I guess we can discuss the Once Upon a Time stuff.
Yeah, we can pretty much get to Once Upon a Time.
Okay, so everyone who wants to tune into, everyone who I saw a bunch of stuff with Once. You guys were saying things, so shoot your comments back out about them so I don't have to scroll through it. So everyone knows how I feel about version 2 Cinderella. How do you feel about it?
I agree with Rob 100%. I think it is 50 Shades of Silly. What they're doing with this. It seems like no one really knows what they're doing, so they're just trying to make up excuses for just writing lousy things just to stay on the air. I mean, it seems like no one knows what they're doing, and it amazes me that at this point someone hasn't stopped it and been like, this is a bad idea, and just kind of stopped what's going on. But they're going all the way with just different version Cinderella and multiverse storybooks and just eye-rolling stuff.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason to do version 2 of old characters. It's stupid. It's stupid. I know Cinderella sells. Cinderella sells. People like Cinderella. She's the most popular princess they have.
We know that
Maybe we should do something else.
We've seen that so many times before. We've even seen it in once. It's one of the just most played out fairy tale kind of stories. Why is this going to be your basis for this brand new show? Essentially with what they're doing with season 7, it's eye rolling.
It's Mercedes Schneider just said, unless it's a comic book, I really dislike a multiverse, and that's how I labeled it.
Yeah,
and I agree. Well, that's what I labeled it. So I think it's ridiculous. There's no reason to do 2 variations. You just can't be like, oh, I like this idea of Cinderella. Wait a minute, let me do a second one from another book, from another world, and then bring it into this one.
The more I read, because I've been reading a lot of articles on this and everything, and just the more I read, the more insane it becomes. Literally, they would have had a better season 7 from the sound of it, because we haven't seen it yet, but just idea of season 7 would have been better if it was called Voldemort and the Fairies, and it was just a show about Gideon and all the different colored rainbow.
I would love that. I would love, because it's characters. I think that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. It'd be engaging, but there is no reason.
Yeah, no, none whatsoever. So it seems like it's an entirely new show in season 7, doing things that the show's already done, but just painting a new, not really, but painting a new kind of brush over it, and just calling it a new season. It's just they don't know what they're doing.
You can't do Cinderella from a second book and say it's Cinderella. You just can't do it.
They gave up.
Now they gave up. Yeah. Now which is great. We wanted more from him. I think he'll be perfect as Henry. I've said that multiple times. I think that's awesome.
He'll be a better Henry than Henry.
Oh, totally. He's much better than Jared Gilmore. From what I've seen, he looks really cool too. I like that. They cast 5 new actresses. 4 of them are multiverse characters. The whole Cinderella, then Alice in Wonderland, or Alice again, and then last one is Tiana.
Yeah.
I like the casting of Tiana. I think that's smart, but I think they probably should have just done all new characters to doing the version 2. And I just don't think fans should be so accepting.
I mean, yeah, it's just, like I said, it just seems like they didn't know what else to do, so they're just doing what they've done.
Yep. I agree. It's hilarious because it doesn't make sense from so many angles, yet they still decide to do it.
It's a shame because the 6th finale was so good. That should have been it.
I love the finale. I love the musical episode.
That should have been the end of the series, because that was such a great end to the series. And the fact that they're still going on with some of the characters, and other ones are the same characters but in different different kind of books. It's just, it's bizarre, and I think it's going to lose a lot of people.
It's already on Friday nights,
Yeah,
which is bad.
In that respect alone. And then factor in it's on Friday nights, and I don't even know if they're going to get through an entire season.
Kevin Craig just said a great comment. He said they should put Henry with Tiana. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need – they didn't do a second Cinderella. I wouldn't even care how much they do. Or get rid of half your cast. But I like the idea of Cinderella. Caleb Medley said everyone should have just been kept in and going on with stories for other characters. You know, instead of revamping everyone.
Yeah.
Just have been fine too.
Yeah. They can't they really can't even call this Once Upon a Time anymore because it's being told. Their stories are being told again.
For the second time.
It's Twice Upon a Time is what it is.
No, there is a new curse. And that means a new curse again. You know, version 6. Version 7. And our characters that have remained, I'll have new identities. And from the trailer, Hook is the cop, Rumple some kind of detective, and Regina looks like a bartender.
I mean, come on, right? I mean, what are we doing, guys?
Now, Glenn Emerson would like to know your thoughts on Hook being a cop.
Like, why? Why? You know, 6 ended perfectly. They're just spinning their wheels to spin them at this point. It seems like they don't care what they do with their property anymore. It just seems like as long as it's still going, they're content, which is a scary mindset. It is the opposite of Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad ended with season 5 so early because they wanted to keep the integrity of the show. With this season 7, there is no more integrity. If there ever was.
It's hilarious. I think the end of 6 was so good as we discussed. It would have been fine, but there was really no reason for all this to happen. I actually like the idea of Prince Tiana coming. Like, it's a mixed bag. It's a really, really mixed bag. I like part of the trailer that came out of Comic-Con. I just don't like the idea of version 2 of the characters. So, of course, we'll be covering it. I'm really curious to see what's going to be going on with it. Kevin said they should bring Zelina back, and I think they should totally bring Zelina back.
Yeah, you know, she could be.
He said she could be a bar singer with Regina. Regina's the bartender, and Zelina's the singer in the bar.
She could be a local postal worker. She'll be a mail person.
That's hilarious. I actually really like that.
Wicked quick. Wicked quick postal service. The WQS.
You know what? I love that. I actually really love that. Like, I still find it hilarious that Captain Hook is a cop. And
so now he's Captain Hook.
Yeah, literally, he's Captain Hook, and he has a new last name. His last name now is Rogers.
Killian Rogers.
Yeah, no.
What are we doing?
No, his nickname is probably fuck. I don't know. Because I feel like his name was based on that they decided to get his last name. So I'm wondering if someone Jolly will end up with his name as well.
Yeah. At least we know that with this will definitely be the last season because I really don't think, especially on the Friday Times lot, that they are coming back from this. So at least we know that this is the last season. So
actually,
it's kind of insulting.
She said, do you think most fans are staying out of loyalty or out of curiosity?
Loyalty.
I think a combination of both. I feel like there's a lot of people. I think it's a real combination of both.
Personally, I'm not curious. I'm not curious at all because I think, like, just because something's a train
I'm very curious to see.
Like, I'm not curious to see the train wreck. Like, to me, the show ended with that 6th finale. That 6th finale was great. Anything they're doing right now, it's like Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels had 4 seasons that were good, you know, and then season 5 was a completely new direction on the show, and it was the last season, and it was terrible. So to me, Hell on Wheels was season 4 and an epilogue. That's how I'm going to look at this: 6 seasons and then epilogue.
I like that. I'm still curious because of the train wreck idea that I threw out in the you threw out in the chat too. I just think that Friday night, horrible night for it, and I think its ratings will dip so bad. If it keeps a 2 million rating, I'm shocked.
Imagine they recast like just everyone. Like Elsa is just recasted.
That'd be hilarious if there's, because it's book 2. You can have Ice Queen version 2.
Oh my god!
It could happen.
Yeah, they just start repeating all their villains that they've had.
Well, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Like, oh god.
Yeah. So it's a mixed bag. But I can't. And I want to see where it's. I'm actually curious to see where Premiere is going to go. Premiere is not going to be till October. So everything comes. But that's everything from Comic-Con that we thought was interesting. So thank you all for tuning in. Unless Joe has anything else to add, I think we're all set here.
No, I think we pretty much covered most of it that we had wanted to cover. So, all
right. Well, we'll try to do another live stream, hopefully in September or something like that, and we'll catch up with you guys real soon. All of you, for watching. Bye.